Hello children, I miss you all a lot. The memories of 5th standard, I really relish them at regular interval. I really miss you all. Now today we are going to start with the second chapter, whole numbers, right? And again I would like to tell you, though we have completed our first periodic assessment test, I would like to tell you that if you have still any doubt in the first chapter, you can give a call or text me. So I will help you out even though we are doing the second chapter now. So let's see what's whole numbers. Okay? Previous chapter was about the natural numbers, knowing about the natural numbers, right? Counting numbers we have studied about, and this is about whole numbers. What are whole numbers? Counting numbers, you know, they are called natural numbers, and 1, 2, 3, 4, infinitely many numbers are there. And when we include 0 in natural number or to the natural numbers, we get whole numbers. So the smallest whole number is 0. 0 is included with the natural numbers. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, 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 infinitely many. These numbers are called whole numbers. So what will be the definition of whole number? The natural numbers along with 0, that is set of 0 and the natural numbers are considered to be whole numbers. Okay. Now today what we are going to do with these whole numbers? We are going to see addition on the number line. Okay. Then subtraction on the number line and multiplication on the number line. As such children, you know simple addition of two single digit numbers, okay, subtraction of 2 single digit numbers, and even multiplication of 2 single digit numbers. Now today I'll show you how number line is helpful in adding 2 single digit whole numbers, or subtracting 2 single digit whole numbers, or multiplying 2 single digit whole numbers. Okay. Now number line, for that you have to, and children, I would like to tell you that while drawing the number line, you are compulsorily supposed to take scale, plastic scale having gradings up to 15 centimeter, okay, pencil, eraser, it is must. These things are compulsory for you to keep in your compass box. While drawing number line, you have to use these things. Yes, you will say, teacher, you have used pen. I have already passed through the stage student life. When I was a student, I used pencil, eraser, scale for drawing the number line. Okay? But to make the things very clear, prominent, I have used pen. So don't compare yourself with me. I am your teacher. Okay. So let's start. For drawing or adding numbers with the help of number line, you have to keep certain things in mind. Okay. First you have to look at the operation and the 2 numbers given. Right. Here you have 4 and 2. Right? And what is the operation given between 4 and 2? The operator is plus sign. That means you have to add 2 whole numbers. So for doing that, you will first simply draw a straight line. Right? Then which numbers have to be plotted? For that, you have to see what is your first number. The first number given here is 4. Okay? Then the operator which is given, plus sign. So 4 is the starting point plus sign tells you have to move towards the right hand side of the number given first. So plus sign tells you have to move towards the right hand side of 4. So you need numbers after 4, right? So you will plot the numbers from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then at least how many numbers you require after 4? Then the next number tells you 2. Okay, you require 2 more numbers after 4 towards its right hand side. So after 4 I have taken 5, 6, 7, one extra number towards the right hand side of 4. If you take 2 more extra numbers, okay, it won't matter. But you cannot take less than the given number, second number. Okay, so I have taken numbers till 7. Now how to calculate using number line? Starting point is 4, so mark 4. Then plus sign towards right hand side. How many numbers you have to move? 2 numbers. So you will not include 4, but after 4, excluding 4, you will move 2 numbers towards this right hand side. 1, 2. Stop here. Make a mark, join those 2 lines and put an arrow in whichever direction you are moving. Put arrow towards that side. Plus sign towards right hand side, so arrow like this. You have reached 6. So what is the answer? Answer is 6. Very simple. Drawing of number line and adding 2 whole numbers using number line is very easy. You have to take the starting number, then you have to see the sign, which operator is being used, plus or minus. If it is plus, move towards his right hand side. How many numbers you will move? The second number will tell you how many numbers you have to move. So excluding the first number, you will move 2 numbers, 5, 6. If it is 3 given, then you will write 5, 6, 7. So the answer will be 7. The second number tells you, will decide what will be the answer or how many numbers you have to move. Okay. So now we move on to the next topic, subtraction on the number line. Same as it is. There is only difference of the operator we are using. Plus, minus. 5 minus 3. Draw the number line. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I have taken because 0 is a part of whole number. So we are starting with 0. All the positive numbers I have taken. Starting number is 5. So make a mark on 5. Then minus sign. That means you have to move towards its left hand side. Left hand side. So arrow will move towards left hand side. How many numbers? 3 numbers. So leave 5 and you have to move 3. Excluding 5, you have to move 3 numbers towards its left hand side. So 1, 2, 3. Stop. Make a mark. Join it. Put the arrow towards left hand side and answer is 2. Okay. Starting your journey from 5 towards the left hand side, moving 3 numbers, we reached 2. So the answer is 2. Is that clear to you? Okay. If I say in place of 3, if I write 4, then how many numbers you will move? 1, 2, 3, 4. The answer will be 1 in that case. Is that clear? So this is about adding or subtracting 2 whole numbers with the help of number line. Okay. Now we will see multiplication on the number line. This is little different. Okay. Different from addition and subtraction. You know multiplication means what? Repeated addition. Is that clear? So what we have? 2 numbers. We have 3 multiplied by 4. 3 tells you group of how many numbers you have to take. And that group, how many times you have to take. the second number tells you. 4 tells you how many times you have to take set of 3 numbers. Okay, पहला नंबर आपको ये बताता है कि आपको जो ग्रुप लेना है उसमें कितने नंबर्स होने चाहिए, और दूसरा नंबर आपको ये कहता है कि कितनी बार उस ग्रुप को लेना है. ओके, एंड यू विल बेटर अंडरस्टैंड बाय seeing the number line over here, right? You know 3 4s are 12. You know the multiplication table, 3 4s are 12. So you need, in multiplication you need more numbers to be plotted on the number line. I forgot one thing to tell you. The distance between two consecutive whole numbers should be equal. Between every two consecutive whole numbers the distance should be same. जो डिस्टेंस आपने रखा 0 और 1 के बीच में, उतना ही डिस्टेंस आप 1 और 2 के बीच में रखिए. इसलिए मैंने आपको बोला था कि यू हैव टू यूज स्केल एंड प्लॉट द पॉइंट्स प्रॉपरली एट इक्वल डिस्टेंस. हैफजर्डली यू डोंट प्लॉट द पॉइंट्स, और एक यहाँ पे, दूसरा एकदम नज़दीक, तीसरा एकदम दूर, इस तरह से आपको करना नहीं है. ये जो पहला डिस्टेंस आपने लिया है वही उतना ही डिस्टेंस हर 2 होल नंबर्स के बीच में रखना है. यू हैव टू कीप दैट, मेंटेन दैट डिस्टेंस. ओके, इफ द नंबर्स आर मैनी देन यू रिड्यूस द डिस्टेंस. आप डिस्टेंस थोड़ा कम कर दो ताकि आप ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नंबर्स एकोमोडेट कर सको. इज दैट क्लियर? सो हमने देखना है कि हमें ये 3, व्हाट डज 3 टेल यू, कि एक ग्रुप में कितने नंबर्स आपको लेने हैं. तो 3 नंबर्स, तो यहाँ पे आपको हर बार 0 से ही शुरू करना है. यू हैव टू स्टार्ट विथ 0 ओनली. इन द अबाउट 2 केसेस you need not start from 0, you had to start from the first number. But in the case of multiplication, you will start with 0 always. Okay, so you are taking a group of 3 numbers but excluding 0. Okay, 1 2 3 first group. इस तरह से कितने बार आपको लेना है ऐसे ग्रुप्स? 4 टाइम्स. तो 1 2 3, यहाँ पे आके एक कर्व खत्म हुआ, फिर 4 5 6 दूसरा कर्व, ये दूसरी बार ग्रुप को लिया, फिर तीसरी बार लिया और ये चौथी बार लिया. चौथी बार लेने पर हम कहाँ पे पहुँचे? वी रीच्ड 12. ओके, फर्स्ट टाइम, सेकेंड टाइम, थर्ड टाइम एंड फोर्थ टाइम. दैट टेल्स यू, गिव्स यू 12. ओके, इफ आई राइट 5 in place of 4, then this grouping you have to take how many times? 5 times. You have to take 5 times. तो ये चौथी बार हुआ. उसके बाद और एक बार लेना है 13 14 15. You will reach 15 and you can check your answer. 3 5s are 15. So you reach 15 when you take group of 3 5 times. Now here it is 4 times. So I have taken 4 times and I got answer 12. So, what did we see now? Collection of whole numbers, we saw addition of 2 single digit whole numbers using the number line, subtraction of 2 single digit whole numbers and multiplication of 2 single digit whole numbers using number line. Okay? Well children, today's topic is properties of whole numbers. Today we are going to see the properties that support whole numbers. Okay, with the help of these properties you are going to add, subtract, multiply or divide. Okay, now the first property which we are going to see under whole numbers will be closure property. What's closure property? Whole numbers are closed under addition and under multiplication. That means what? When any 2 whole numbers are added or multiplied, you get whole number as an answer. Example, you can see the better way you can understand the property. 2 plus 3, when I am adding 2 and 3, which these are whole numbers, on adding we get whole number 5. Okay, and in case of multiplication you can see the same numbers I have taken, 2 multiplied by 3, both are whole numbers. On multiplying I am getting answer product is 6, which is again a whole number, right? So, closure property supports addition and multiplication, okay, of two whole numbers. But when we talk about the other two operations, that is subtraction and division, they don't support closure property. Why? Because when I subtract two numbers like 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2 will give you 1, which is a whole number. But if I think in the other way, if I subtract a bigger number from the smaller number, for you will say it is not possible. But as we have studied the next level of numbers, that is integers, so I can say it is possible, but the answer which we get is not a whole number, we get an integer. Children, integer is that set of numbers which includes negative numbers, 0 and positive, which you are going to study in the next class. Okay, need not worry. At present, you just remember two things, that you cannot subtract two whole numbers, like you do not get a whole number every time when subtracting two whole numbers. Same division. If I take normal two whole numbers on dividing, in some cases you get whole numbers. But if I take 0, if I divide any whole numbers by 0, then it is not defined. You cannot define the answer, you will not get any answer. And that is that exceptional case which tells you that closure property doesn't support subtraction and division. Okay? क्योंकि बच्चों आप कहोगे कि if I subtract 2 from 3, if 3 I write here and 2 I write here, 3 minus 2 is 1, then you will say 1 is a whole number. Then why, teacher, you said not whole number, closure property doesn't stand true for subtraction? But we have to think of those odd calculations, and then in all the cases you should get whole number while we are subtracting. So I have taken that odd number. If I subtract bigger number from smaller, I will never get whole number as an answer. Same thing. If I divide 6 by 2 or 3, I will get an answer. If I divide 6 by 2, I will get 3. If I divide 6 by 3, I will get 2. Both the numbers are whole numbers, but I have to take odd to prove myself or to prove the theory. So I have taken 0. Any number divided by 0 is always undefined. It can never be defined. So in these two cases, it fails. And so we can say closure property stands true for addition and multiplication, but not for subtraction and division. Let's move on to the next property, commutative property. Commutative property is that which tells you when any two whole numbers are added or multiplied in any order, the answer remains the same. जैसे यहाँ पे मैंने 2 plus 3 किया, when I added 3 to 2, I got 5, is always equal to, if I change the order, in place of 2 I have taken 3 and in place of 3 I have taken 2. I have changed the order, but the numbers are same. Only I have changed the order, but then also the answer remains the same. So 2 plus 3 is equal to 3 plus 2, that's equal to 5. Same way, in case of multiplication also, the answer remains the same. 5 multiplied by 3 gives you 50. And if I change the order, 3 multiplied by 5 if I take, then also the answer remains 15, same. So we can tell that commutative property is true for addition and multiplication, but for subtraction or division it doesn't stand true. For that I have taken 2 examples, so you don't bother about the answers which I have written over here, but only you see the answers and think they doesn't come under, they don't belong to the whole numbers. So the theory is proved. 5 minus 3 is never equal to 3 minus 5. If I change the order of subtraction, the answer doesn't remain same. In first case, 5 minus 3 is 2, which is positive. In the second case, if you take 3 minus 5, I've changed the order. What do I get the answer? It's negative 2. Are they same? No. बराबर? अब इधर देखो नीचे, एग्जाम्पल डिवीजन हमने लिया है. 10 divided by 2, I get 5. But it's never the same if I divide 2 by 10. Okay? I've got a fraction number 1 upon 5. Is 5 and 1 upon 5 same? नहीं. ऐसा ही सोचो, अगर आपको 5 कपकेक्स दिया जाए, 5 कपकेक्स दिया जाए, या तो फिर एक बड़ा सा केक दिया जाए आपको, और उसके बदले मम्मी सिर्फ उस बड़े से केक के 5 इक्वल पार्ट्स करके एक हिस्सा उसमें से निकाल के दे, तो वो दोनों सेम होता है? नहीं. तब आप मम्मी को क्या बोलोगे? मम्मी, आपने तो मुझे बोला था कि पूरा केक ही मिलेगा, और अभी आप ये कर रहे हो, उसमें से एक हिस्सा निकाल के दे रहे हो, तो मैं नहीं खाऊंगा और मैं नहीं खाऊंगी. सो नाउ द कंपैरिजन टेल्स यू, इज 5 इक्वल टू 1 upon 5? Oh, how would I get the answer? Because we are not live, it's just a video. So I hope you will say, no, the answers are not same. Yes, 5 is never equal to 1 upon 5, because 1 upon 5 is a fraction of a whole number or a 5. Okay, so commutative property doesn't support subtraction and division. जब आप subtraction करते हो या division करते हो तो ये property support नहीं करता. Now we move on to the next property, associative property. It is true for addition and multiplication of more than 2 whole numbers. 2 से ज़्यादा whole numbers अगर हम लेते हैं addition करने के लिए या multiplication करने के लिए, तो associative property हम use करते हैं. But it isn't true for subtraction और division. Okay? तो अब हम देखते हैं example लेके. For addition, how you are going to do the calculation if more than 2 numbers, whole numbers are taken for addition, for adding. Okay, so here I have taken an example of 2 plus 7 plus 3, right? Then what I did, I thought of adding 7 and 3 because I know 7 and 3 is 10. Okay, तो आप easily calculate कर सकते हो. 7 plus 3 is 10. So first I added 7 and 3, I got 10, and then that 10 is added to 2, so I get 12. तो फिर मैंने सोचा ऐसे नहीं करते हैं, दूसरी तरह से करते हैं. लेट्स ऐड 2 and 7 फर्स्ट. 2 and 7 gives you 9. देन आई एडेड टू द लास्ट नंबर 3, तो क्या मिला? 12. दोनों केसेस में आंसर इज सेम. आंसर्स आर सेम. सो व्हाट वुड यू से? यू विल कंक्लूड दैट associative property is true for adding more than 2 whole numbers. In this case, you have to group it properly and add it. Same way, we can calculate 3 numbers or product of 3 whole numbers. You can see I have taken the same numbers. You can take example of any whole numbers, right? So 2 multiplied by 7 multiplied by 3. First I have multiplied 7 and 3. 7 3s are 21. Then 2 multiplied by 21 gives you 42. Okay. Now let's take the other way. First I have multiplied 2 and 7. I got 14. And 14 then I multiplied it with 3. So gave you 42. In both the cases answers same. Right? But in case of subtraction and division, the answer do not remain same. Just see, answers are not same. In this case, left hand side gives you -2 and right hand side gives you -7. This is left hand side and this is right hand side of the mathematical expression. Here you can see in division also. Like this, if I divide, I get 2 by 4 or 1 upon 2, and if I take like this, then the answer will be 1 upon 8. So are they same? No, this will be 1 upon 2 and this is 1 upon 8. They are not same. So associative property is not true for subtraction and division. Next property I'm going to talk about is distributivity of multiplication. Distributivity of multiplication. Here multiplication over addition, distributivity of multiplication over addition. Here grouping is done, but you can see two functions are taken, multiplication and addition. 2 is multiplied over the addition of 7 and 3, right? So it's written like this, 2 multiplied by bracket में 7 plus 3. So what are you going to do as per the Bodmer's rule? You add 7 and 3. 7 and 3 gives you 10. हो गया. और फिर multiply 2 with 10. So what do I get? 20. या तो फिर आप ब्रैकेट खोल दो. कैसे खोलोगे? ये रहा. इसमें 2 is multiplied to 7 and it is also multiplied to 3. फिर दोनों आंसर को ऐड किया जाता है. Okay, let's see. 2 multiplied to 7 and 2 multiplied to 3, and both the answers are then finally added. 2 7s are 14, 2 3s are 6, and what do I get? 14 plus 6 is 20. Now are both the answers same? Yes. So distributivity of multiplication over addition. Here also you can see bracket, just as you can see in associative property, but the difference between both the property is that in associative property either multiplication is taken or addition is taken, and in case of distributivity you have taken multiplication and addition both. Okay, so that is how you identify distributivity of multiplication over addition from associative property. The last property which we are going to see is about identity for addition and multiplication. Addition में कौन सा नंबर है जो किसी भी नंबर के साथ ऐड करने पर वही नंबर आपको मिलता है, वो है 0. When you add any number to the 0, what you get? You get the same number. तो 0 is the identity for addition, और उसी तरह से 1 is the identity for multiplication. When you multiply 1 to any number, you get the same number. कोई भी नंबर ले लो, बड़े से बड़ा नंबर ले लो, छोटे से छोटा नंबर ले लो, किसी नंबर को आप किसी भी नंबर को अगर आप 1 के साथ मल्टीप्लाई करते हो तो वही नंबर आपको मिलता है. जिस तरह से किसी भी नंबर को अगर आप 0 के साथ ऐड करते हो तो आपको वही नंबर मिलता है. तो 1 is identity for multiplication. So we have come to the end of all the properties of whole numbers. Now our next thing is going to be solving exercise 2.1. Now while solving the exercise 2.1, you are not going to have any exercise or question which is going to satisfy what I have taught you up till now in the second chapter. It's all about the natural numbers, right? Writing the successive number, writing the preceding number, right? Or adding 1 to the existing number. That is all about natural numbers, but the difference is the numbers are going to be 5 digit, 6 digit or 7 digit or so on. The numbers are going to be bigger numbers. Okay, so you can do the exercise on your own. If you want to, you can do it on your own, but I am going to put up the PDF of exercise 2.1 in very short time. Okay, and Similarly, I'll explain also one sum from each question. Till then, goodbye.